Right, this is my second time recording because god damn it, I hate this app. It's very dumb, but whatever, it's fine. Good, okay, start from the start. Let's do this. We wake up years later, like specifically 2 years later when Deku is 15. He walks outside with his pet dog. His pet dog is a Rottweiler, and not only that, a young Rottweiler, like not young, not like a young Rottweiler, but yet not a very old one either. It's just right. That sounds whatever. Just a good age. So he's taking the dog for a walk. They need walks. Then he hears screaming coming from a man. Just left of him. He sees this man. He sees this guy. This guy with red hair, with blue eyes, running from the police. At this very moment, there's 6 police officers following him, chasing him, trying to hunt him down. Now, see, during these 2 years, he's, crafted many things. But so much so is that he actually, he keeps around a few potions and a sword everywhere he goes. So he chugs down like one speed potion, and he runs with the dog. So the dog, the dog can get some exercise too. Yeah. So so they're running, and they're very close behind. So yeah. Suddenly, this boy with red hair runs into a dead end. There's 6 cops right there aiming guns at him. Deku manages to get there just in time and asks and says, "Wait, what did this man do?" One of the cops turned around and said, "This man is a villain. Get out of the way." Deku asks, "What did he do?" The cop who he assumed to be, I guess, a chief, like the commander of this, squad, then turned around to his other cop mates, and then he laughed as the other cops laughed as well. That was all Deku needed to know, that these cops were just abusing their power and trying to arrest and or kill innocent people. Deku, truly mad and furious about this, he chugs down a strength potion. He takes out a sword, and he slaughters them all. Kills every last one of them. The boy with red hair is horrified. He's scared for his life. His legs then collapse on him. He can't stand up anymore, nonetheless move. What he can do now is to hide his face and wait for the end. A minute goes by, and he feels a hand on his shoulder. He looks up and sees the guy. The guy with brown hair who just slaughtered all those cops. He says, "Follow me if you want a place to stay." The boy with red hair says, "I would love to, but I can't walk. I'm too scared. Please don't hurt me. Please don't kill me." Deku says, "I won't." "Well, I won't unless you give me a reason to. Now come on, I'll pick you up. Let's go." And Deku is now carrying this boy with red hair, basically bride style, Then he goes to Phil's house. Phil asks, "Who's this?" "He's a boy I met, and honestly just saved from a bunch of crooked cops." Phil is shocked. Now you have to know that he thinks of Deku as his own son. And I just want to get that by. Philza is shocked that this man that he thinks of his son, this man that honestly hated him the first time he met him and honestly wanted nothing to do with him. This man's been living under his roof for 2 years and honestly contributing a little bit, sure. This violent person who trains hard every day, restlessly. This same man who looks like he wants to kill everyone he sees, just saved this boy from a bunch of crooked cops. He's shocked and impressed. And yet, somewhere deep down there, he's proud. He's proud because he did do the right thing. His son saved this boy from a bunch of scum. No, worse than scum. Deku then says, I'm going to go to the room with him, okay? Philza says, okay, just be careful, okay? Deku says, I will, don't worry. Philza says, not you, him. It's okay, mate. I promise he won't hurt you. Okay, I lied, I can't promise that. The boy right here is scared. He is scared for his life. Because he knows he can't move, and even if he did, he saw how fast he murdered those cops. He doesn't stand a chance. He then is taken to Deku's room, and laid down on the bed. You know, he was put down on the bed. Deku asks for his name. My name is Toya Todoroki, but I abandoned that name. I'm trying to find a new life now. Deku says, why did you abandon it? Toya says, family issues. Deku is surprised, but kind of happy. He's kind of happy because, well, he finally found someone who kind of shares his pain, you know? Before, when he saved Toya, the voices were loud, saying kill him. Even when he brought him home, the voices saying kill him. But after he said that he had family issues, the voices quieted down. Deku could think again, and he decided, this is my friend, and I will always help my friends. He stands up and says, Toya, I will help you if you need me, okay? Just come to me and I'll help you with anything. Anything. Okay? Toya is happy that he can finally rely on someone. Toya then realizes he didn't get his name. Please, sir, can you give me your name? Deku's like, yeah, sure. My name is... Because it's not going to be Midoriya Izuku. Izuku Midoriya, whatever. I'm right either way. I pronounce it. Doesn't matter if I put, like, Izuku first or last. Either way, I'm going to be right. Because, like... Yeah, so it's going to be different. He says, my name is Hide... God, okay, hold on. Screw it, I'm just gonna say Sasuke. My name is Hide Sasuke. And then Toya's shocked. Sasuke, as in Mr. and Mrs. Sasuke, the 4th and 6th pro heroes, them? Deku is shocked. What do you mean? You don't know? Over there, you see the laptop? Bring it to me. Deku does what he asks. He sits down right next to Toya, and he sees what he searches up. The 4th and 6th pro hero first and last names, as well as faces. Very specific, by the way. And it shows up. Deku recognizes them immediately. Mom, Dad, he says, in a very angry tone. Toya then realized, yo, I shouldn't have done this. He's back to being kind of scared now. I mean, he knows Deku won't hurt him, but the fear is still kind of there, you know? He then closes the laptop and says, hey, I guess we both have family issues, huh? He says jokingly as he gives off a nervous laughter. Deku then snaps off his hatred and looks at Toya. He thinks about it for a second and then he starts to laugh. Yeah, I guess we do, huh? Happy. Philza is outside the door and he's happy. He's happy they can hear his son laugh. Now see, Deku may not think of Philza as a father just yet, but Philza still thinks of Deku as a son. And nothing will ever change that. And cause, Philza hearing Technoblade laugh, Deku, so hard to remember. That's a very rare occurrence at the very moment. Philza knocks on the door, and they both say, come in. He comes in with 2 plates full of cookies, and says, here's some cookies for you too if you're hungry. Both say thank you, and feels happy and smiles and leaves. They both eat, they talk for a while. It starts to turn night, and Toy's like, and Dicky's like, it's getting late, so I'm gonna bring out the old mattress. And Toy's like, oh please, let me sleep on it. And Dicky's like, no please, I will sleep on it. You're our guest, and well, I want you to feel it at home. Toy is like even more happy about this, you know. So Dicky's sleeping on the floor on a mattress with like a pillow and a blanket. Toy is sleeping on the bed, and Wilbur, right now, he's like out with his mates. Why not? He's out with his friends. He's out with Nikki. Yes, he met Nikki, and he immediately felt attraction. What he did there is, he just played like a couple songs, whatever for her. She found it, sweet and nice. And, but, they'll have a sleepover and all that. But, like, nothing happened. Nothing happened at sleepover. They just talked. And then I fell asleep. That's all, okay? I swear. Yeah, so... Oh yeah, and of course, like, Vilza went to sleep, at like 6, I mean, like, old man Philza gotta get his rest in. They both wake up and, they both, go to the kitchen. DK says, do you want anything? I can cook a lot of things in here. Tax, what do you have? They looks in the fridge and says, "We have eggs and bacon, as well as some orange juice. The perfect breakfast." Toya then laughs a little bit and says, "Oh, yes, please, I love that." Deku finishes making breakfast and, well, they eat. Toya is surprised that this, well, incredibly strong man who, well, can kill anyone, really, that's what he thinks, can make such delicious food. He eats it all up, and Dick is like, "Whoa, calm down there. I know it's good, but jeez. I mean, I haven't finished mine first. Wow, that's surprising. After all, I love to eat a lot." To a surprise, and like, wait, but if you like to eat a lot, then how, like, are you not fat and all that? Dickie says, "That's because I train every day, non-stop, incredibly hard." So is, what aesthetic, Can you please train me of how you know things? Please, please, please? Dickie's like, "Sure, but before we can train your physical body, we need to train your mental, we need to train your brain, yes." Troy's like, "Aw, but why?" Dude's like, "I don't care. Come with me now. You need to read books." He then takes him to the library. He picks out, um, basically picks out, Japanese mythology for Toya to read. And he says, "Right, read these books." And honestly, these books are huge. It'll honestly take multiple days just to finish one. When I mean multiple days, I mean like hell a month. Yeah, I know, very big, very heavy, but very full of information. Each and every one of these books, there's about 30 books, would take 1 month. And that's if you come here every day and read for the whole day. So you're like, "Oh, but why?" Ticket then says, "Shut it, I don't want to hear it. You read every book here. And I hope that it'll take 3 months, because that's how it should take." Okay, 3 books, and 1 book each. It is about like 1 month to finish. Should be 3 months, and you should finish it. Finish all of them. Diggy then leaves. But then he is crying. He is crying on his right, and he sees a little girl. Well, I mean, he sees a little girl, but I mean, really, it's basically this. The girl is literally the same age as him. He runs up to her saying, "Are you okay? What's wrong?" The girl looks up to look at this man with brown hair. She says, "Please get away from me. I don't want to hurt you." This blonde girl with yellow eyes pushes Deku away. Deku falls back, but does not even get slightly mad. He doesn't even really show emotion except for, like some compassion towards this crying girl. "Please let me help. I can help you, and I can help you. If you're hurt, I can bandage you up, or I don't know, if you if you need a place to stay, I can give you one. It's fine. Just me, my friend, my brother, my father. You can live with us as a family if you have nowhere to go." This girl looks up and says, "Really?" Tiki says, "Yes, of course. Please stop crying. I don't like to see anyone like this. Of course, unless they absolutely deserved it." The girl got up and said, "Okay, I trust you." Deku then shows her the way to Phil's house and introduces her to Philza, saying, "Yeah, I found this girl crying on the street, not street, on the alley, in the alley." Phil's like, "Wow, okay. Do you know why?" "No, I don't. Um, I'm adopting her though. Yeah, she's part of our family now. I don't care if you like her or not. She is." Phil's like, "What? You just adopted that red-headed boy? What's his name? Again, like Toya or something? You just adopted him not so long ago, literally yesterday." And Dickie's like, "Okay, and what's your point? Okay, and what's your point?" Phil's is like, "Oh my gosh, what? Whatever. Just, I'm not feeding her though. Damn, it's your job now, your responsibility. If I want to take on these two kids." Dick is like, "Alright, fine, I'll make a great father, thank you very much." And he walks off with her into his room, as Phil's just chuckles to himself a little bit. "Yeah, right, you, a good father, sure." Of course, he didn't mean it in a hurting way, he just mean it in a mocking way. Because he knows Deku can't really be, I'm gonna be blunt, he can't be a good father. I mean, one, he's a teenager, and two, I mean, there's no easy way to put this. He's a psychopath. Yeah. So, we now go into Dicker's point of view and says, "What's your name, girl?" The girl speaks up and says, "My name is Toga Himiko." Dicker says, "Just call me Hide." Toga says, "No, that's not good enough. Give me a last name." Dicker sighs and says, "Sasaki." Or whatever. I'm just going to change it to Sasaki if it's not that. "My full name is Hide Sasaki." Toga then immediately remembers the fourth and sixth hero, and Dickon can see this, and says, "I'm nothing like my parents. Those bastards. They're not gonna get away with with what they've done to me." Toga then says, "What do you mean?" Deku tells her the story, and she feels extremely sad towards him. "I'm so sorry, I didn't know." Deku says, "It's alright. Of course, you didn't know, so I do not hold you responsible. It is okay. You made a mistake." Toga is very happy this man who saved her is a very understanding man. As they got to know each other, Toya finally came back a couple hours later, and he walked in the room and said, "Who's this?" "Oh, Toya, meet Toga. Toga, meet Toya. Yeah, she's another one of my kids." And like, "Wait, really? But you just got me yesterday." And Toga's like, "Wait, you think of me as a father?" And Toya's like, "No." As he looks away, blushing. Of an embarrassment, that is. Of course, he's not going to be a father to these people, to these guys. He would just be like more of a big brother that they can rely literally everything on. Now, they sort everything out. Deku kind of made another bed above his old one that Toya uses. So he made it into like a bunk bed. Put mattress up there, blanket, coat, pillows. Boom. That's Toga's bed now. Then made another bunk bed on the other side of the room. And yeah, why not? Sure. He put, he he then, again puts a mattress down on both beds. Pillows and blankets. Yep. and then all three of them went to sleep. Phil got home. He walked into Deku's room, and he saw that Deku was with two people, and they're like all sleeping. And he's like, "Nope, I can't deal with this right now." And he leaves the room, he leaves the house, and God, I don't know. He goes to he goes back to Nikki's house and says, "Yo, can I crash the night here again? My brother's he's doing something really weird with like two other people, and I don't want to know what he's done." Nikki laughs at this a little bit, thinking he's joking, and says, "Yeah, sure, come on in." You know, as 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 that day rolled by and as a new one came along, Jacob made them breakfast. Took was surprised at the same reason why Toya was surprised, and blah blah blah. Same thing happened basically. He goes on to, explaining that, oh, well, I'm not fat because, I do a lot of intense training and all that. So he's like, oh my god, please train me. And he's like, I will not train you, I will not train you the same way I'm training Toya. However, I will train you in acrobatics and knife skills. And even precising your aim to, be, I don't know, a better archer, I guess. In fact, I will teach you how to use anything as your weapon. And so it's like, yo, what the hell? You're gonna teach her how to do everything, and you're gonna leave me to read books? And Dick is like, didn't you hear me? I'm teaching her different from you. Yeah, she's gonna be strong when I'm done with her, but you're gonna be stronger, okay? I train both of you very specific for a reason. Just by looking at both of you, even for a split second, I know exactly how to train you guys for your max potential. Toga's like, oh my god, really? That's so cool. Is that like a quirk? Is that like a quirk? And Deku says, no, actually, I'm quirkless. And Toya is cashed off surprised. You're quirkless? But then how did you kill those cops 2 days from now? Well, from now? What am I talking about? 2 days ago. Toga's like, wait, what? You killed cops? What the hell? Digger's like, relax, it was crooked cops, and they were trying to kill Toya for nothing. Toga calms down a little bit and thinks, oh, thank God. Deku says, relax, if I wanted you guys dead, you would have been dead already. They both panic. And Deku's like, oh, whoa, calm down. It's just a joke. It's okay, and I'm not gonna hurt any of you. They both calm down as he says under his breath, at least I won't hurt you. Well, at least. Wait, crap. I won't hurt you as long as you don't mess with me or my family. Didn't hear this, but they did know he mumbled under his breath, which got them kinda curious. But, knowing what this guy did, they really don't want to push out luck with him, so they're not gonna do anything, trying to, interrogate him about anything, really, whatever. So I went back to the library, reading the book, and and Toga was trained how to do basically a lot of acrobatics, how to maneuver her body around willy-nilly, and all that. Very flexible and all that. Yeah. So that was our first training. See, a month goes by. So it's finished with one book. Now 2 others to go by. And Toga has almost mastered how to do acrobatics. And then And he says, okay, that's it. I can't say this anymore. He then grabs Toga, goes to the library, grabs Toya. He then says, right, we're both going to get some ice cream, because I feel like it. Let's go. They both don't complain about this. I mean, after all, it's ice cream, and well, he's paying for it. Like, yay, free ice cream. We go to the ice cream store, and Toga says, chocolate for me. What would you two like? Toga says, yeah, same, and yeah, same chocolate with me too. And Toya says, oh yeah, can I just get vanilla? Toya looks at him and says, ha! Why do you get vanilla? That's so boring. And Toya says, whatever, man, I'll like it. Toya says, alright, that's enough. Two chocolate ice cream and a vanilla one, please. Even if it is so basic. And he says on his breath. Toya heard this and says, what? You wanna fight me, old man? You wanna fight me, old man? Come on, I'll fight you right here, right now. Tiggerton looks at him and says, do you really want to fight me? As, you know how, like, in a lot of, like, movies and all that, where, like, when, like, boars, or, you know, like, when they kind of, like, push air out of their noses, that comes, like, ring of smokes coming out. It's kind of what Deku did, and you just see his right eye is just red. Like, and you know, like, damn, I'm really gonna die today. And, you know, he shuts up. Those crimes are done, take a piece from, and they all go. You know, Deku finishes the ice all three of them finish the ice cream. And then Deku bumps into this kid who's looking down a lot. He says, kid, are you okay? The kid looks up and Deku sees the most crustiest face you can ever see. Like, oh my god, it's crusty. Jesus Christ! It's extremely crusty. Like, my man, he needs chapstick for his whole face, if you know what I'm saying. He's very crusty. That's what I'm trying to say. And Deku's like, whoa, you're crusty. The boy then just looks down again, and he walks off. Deku's like, wait, no, I didn't mean anything by it. He chases the boy and finally gets a hold of him and saying, wait, are you like alone or something? Like, what's up? What's wrong? The boy says, yes, I am. My quirk manifested and I accidentally killed my whole family. My whole family except for my father, that was. I killed that bastard on purpose. So he's like, yo. I like this kid. He says, alright kids, since you have no more family, how about I adopt you? The kid looks up and says, really? The kid says, yes, of course, follow me, kid. You know, Toga and Toya's like, yo, who's that? And Dick is like, our newest member of the family. Meet, wait, hey kid, what's your name again? The kid speaks up and says, my name is Tinko Shimura. He says, his name is Tinko Shimura, the newest member of our family. And Toya's like, yeah, I know, we've literally just heard it. He said it. And Deku just gives him that look again. And, you know, Toya just turns around and just starts walking home. And, you know, they all start walking home. Fizzle looks and sees the new boy with Techno and all that. And at this point, he doesn't even question it. You know, so he doesn't even care to ask anymore. So, you know, they just go to his room. They find out stuff about each other, blah, blah, blah. You get it. And, yeah. So yeah, they found each other's like actual names and all that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Found out information about them, each other. Yep, yep. You know, the day goes by. Yep, yep. Breakfast. Yep, yep. Tinko's surprised of how good of a cook he is. Yep, yep, yep. A story that he killed multiple cops. Yep, yep, yep. I was scared. Yep, yep, yep. You get it. The whole normal stuff happened. Um. So then, uh, you know, Dick actually went out and bought some cream for Tinko. Knowing that, also some lip balm as well. And he says, right, what I want you to do is I want you to put this cream on your face every day, as well as this lip balm, for the next, hell, 3 years, okay? No, not 3 years. I'm talking about for the next 3 months, okay? And he says, okay, I can do that, yeah, sure. Alright, so forwarding, alright, I'm forwarding, and, a time skip to 2 more months, and, Tori's done with his books. Toga's mastered, I don't know, gymnastics, whatever, is now onto knife training. Well, not just knife training, actually how to hold every weapon. And, and Tinko's face is actually looking normal, like a normal face, Um, you know. Wilbur was introduced to all of them and all that. Dude was like, don't worry, Wilbur. I know they kind of invaded you in our room, like both of our rooms, but you know what? It's fine. I'm gonna build you a new room all by yourself, all for yourself, And me, I got these three like little children, and they're like, we're literally the same age as you, and they're just like, no. Damn, it's Wilbur. Yeah, they are. Yeah, but it's fine because I'm gonna build you a room. You know, it's gonna be a pretty good room. Pretty long, pretty big. It's gonna be all for you. And he built a room. It took him one day, right? Because this is Technoblade, not this is deku. Actually, no, it's Technoblade. Yeah, the first one. Right. Whatever. And after that, he says, "Yeah, I built you your room. I built you a door. I've also built you a bed. You can buy everything else. You can buy mattress, blankets, pillows, I don't know, posters, wardrobes, clothes, whatever you want. You have to buy them. All right." I was like, "Okay, that's fine. I'm just surprised you built it so fast." Like, yeah, no, I'm a very handy man. Yeah, I can work. I can build anything I want. Real. Wilbur then says, "Really?" And Dickie says, "Yep, really." Dickie's Wilbur says, "All right, then follow me." And he takes Deku out to the back the back of the house and says, "Alright then, what I'm gonna need you to do is, well, not build, but really farm. I need you to make a garden of, I don't know, whatever you choose. I don't care. It could even be a farm, whatever." Deku says, "Alright then, I accept your challenge. You know what? I'll also do it by the end of this day as well. And I'll also give you a big basket of whatever I farm." Bubba's like, "Oh yeah, sure," thinking it was impossible. Then goes back in the house. 5 hours 5 hours later, Bubba comes out to see how progress was doing. As he looks and sees this giant field of potatoes in the ground being farmed, then says, "What the hell is that?" Digger says, "Oh, it's my farm. You like it?" It only really took like 4 hours to make. I mean, I could have made it way bigger for like another five, for another one, but it's fine. I mean, sure, like it's really small. Like I get it, man. Please don't make fun of me, cause it's really small. but like I tried my best. Is then he then pulled out a big basket of potatoes and gave it to Wilbur. Wilbur uh Wilbur says, "What the hell are you on about? This is bloody huge. And you even gave me what you promised, the potatoes in a basket." Wilbur then calms down and says, "It's okay. Here are your potatoes, as you wanted." Wilbur grabs the potatoes, throws them on the street, and runs off. Digger's like, "Hey, those are very good potatoes. I should know. I farmed them myself." And they go inside. Well, Digger kind of picked a few potatoes out here or there. He also went to the store, bought some food, like some meat and all that. And he said, "Don't worry, I'll make dinner. It's fine." He says, "Okay, I trust you not to give me food poisoning and or kill me." And Digger says, I won't, I promise, I promise. I'll make no such promises. Let's go, I'll make food, it's fine." He then makes, like, mashed potatoes and, like, a steak and some eggs, And he gives it to them, and they're like, "Wow, this actually looks pretty good. But let's see how it tastes." They taste it, and, like, whoa. It's like an explosion, like that thing where like explosion of flavor just exploded in my mouth, and wow, it just tastes so good. That's basically what it is now. Like what's happening now. And feels just like, wow, I gotta admit, I had no faith in you whatsoever. I think you're literally going to kill us. And dude was like, hey, I tried my best, and really, I know I did great because I'm awesome. And I'm better than you at cooking. Take that, old man. Philip says, "Old man, huh? Yeah, I bet this old man can still, can still hurt you." And Dick is like, "Oh yeah, bring it on." As Wilbur says, "Enough. We are trying to eat here. Thank you for the food, Deku. But there will be no arguing between any of you." Okay? We'll say yes. As they ate. Next day comes by and Toya says, "Hey Deku, you know how you told me that I could rely on you for anything? Well, I kind of need your help. You see, my family, they're stuck with my father and they're just getting abused. Please help them." Deku, seeing how sad he was and also hearing the word abused, you know, he gets what Toya is trying to say. At least that's what he thinks. But it's not what he's trying to say at all. He goes to the Todoroki house. He breaks in. He kills Endeavor, and he kidnaps Ray and the 3 other kids. Buys a house and renovates it basically. And puts stuff in it. Beds, TV, all that. Like a normal house should. And by the time they wake up, they're in a new house. And they just see this man, like they're on the couch, and they just see this man in front of them, sharpening a knife. It looks really menacing too, because he's in this outfit too, he's in the royal garb and all that. And the only thing he, no, he does have that actually. He also has like the pig mask, the male pig mask there. Fun fact, you can tell it's a male because it has little horns by its nose and all that. Because male pigs actually do grow horns there, or whatever it's called, tusks or whatever. And they're scared because they've been kidnapped by this scary man who's wearing an animal skull sharpening a knife. They can't do anything about it. The mother, the mother has been through years of trauma and abuse, and the other three are kids. Kids, two are in their teen years, and the other one, how the other one's not even close to being a teenager. They'll scream, and Dick is like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa! Why are you screaming?" And they're like, "What do you mean? Why are you screaming? You kidnapped us, and you're sharpening a knife with the skull on you." And it's like, "Oh, I can see how that could be threatening." And they say, "You think?" He takes off the pig mask. He throws a knife, to like the side of him, so it's kind of far away from him, but also far away from them. He says, "Look, a man, a guy in your family, I should say. I'm not gonna say his name, because you actually think he's dead. You actually think he's dead, but he's not. He's been living with me. But he said that he needed, he needed me to save you, save you from, quote unquote, that bastard, that abusive bastard." Uh, and like, what? Who knows? Like, like, besides Ray and Shoto, Natsuo, and Fumi, who else knows? They didn't think Toya, but they think, no, he's dead. And then think maybe someone new and try to help us. Then Ray speaks up, "Wait, what about Inji? What about him? Who's Inji? Sorry, who's Inji again? The abusive bastard, or whatever you call him." "Oh, right. Yeah, I sliced his head off. Yeah, I decapitated him. Yeah, he's dead. Yeah, he's been dead for hours. Oh, yeah." They're like, "What the hell? Why did you do that?" "I was just doing what I was told to do, which was save you for." Mm-hmm. Yeah, I kind of just bought this house and, just put furniture in it. Um, yeah, so you guys can live here. I'm literally your neighbor. Like to the left of you. Um, well, to the left, like where I'm sitting is like to the left. I guess from where you guys are and where this house is, I'm to the right of you. But it's fine. It doesn't really matter. All you need to know is I'm your neighbor. And they're like, "Okay, this is my house now. Can you please leave?" And says, "Oh, yeah, sure, yeah. Um, Also, I paid everything here. The furniture, the house, I paid for it. There's internet. There's there's like actual TV. Cartoons and all that. Also bought food. The water supply is also paid for. Everything is paid for, and it's a normal house." He says to them. He says, "Oh, okay. Thank you. Please leave." Like, "Oh, yeah. Yeah. Actually, I didn't buy everything. You do need to buy your own conditioner and soap and all that, I'm like, "Oh, yeah, that's fine, we can do that, yeah, it's fine." Like, "Oh, okay, have a good one, I'll be visiting time to time, just make sure you guys are okay?" Like, "Oh, yeah, please just leave now, please go." Like, "Oh, yeah, okay, goodbye." As he leaves the house, and they're like, they're going through a lot of emotions, where thinks about it for a moment and comes to the conclusion that, I mean, really, this was karma. This was karma for all the abuse and trauma that man has put on not only her, but her family, her kids that she had, for death of her eldest son. But then she thinks of it for a second and thinks what he said. A guy told me about the abuse, specifically the father. He's someone you all think is dead, but he's really not. He's just been living with me. And he puts it together. Toya's still alive. She tells her family and says this. They don't believe her, but then, she gives them some evidence of what she found out. Fumi's like, Fumi, well, Shoto, for once, he believes it fully. So does, Ray. However, Fumi and Natsu don't believe it. However, Fumi actually does kind of want to believe it. She's very close to believing it, just for the fact that they'll be amazing. But, some part of her says they'll be too good to, be true. Natsu's like, no, impossible. We saw him burn to death. Says, whatever, let's just find the rooms. He said he furnished the house, all that, so let's just find rooms. They find a master bedroom. It's like, okay, this one's mine, Ray says. And they find another room with like a bunk bed and a normal bed. It says, oh yeah, this is definitely for you guys. Take the night away. And as they walk out of the house to get some fresh air, look to the right of them and see Deku watering his giant potato farm. Oh, that's what else. No. And like, what the hell is that? He looks over and says, "Oh, hey neighbors, what's up?" And that Ray asks, "What is that?" And he says, "Oh, this is my potato farm. Yeah, I only made this in like 4 hours. Yeah, I know it's small and all that, but please don't make fun of me." And like, small? Whatever. Actually, we kind of need potatoes like later tonight for dinner. Do you think we could pick some? And Diku's like, oh yeah, sure, go ahead. Yeah, you can pick some. It's fine. I mean, yeah, it's fine. Oh, thank you. You pick some. I mean, he's done watering them anyway. But like he says, they aren't grown yet. However, it is your lucky day. I did actually pick some out before. I just wanted the seeds. So here you go. He takes out a giant basket of potatoes and gives it to her. Here you go. She's like, thank you. I mean, this is way more than we need, but yeah, thank you. He says, no problem. Is there anything else you need? She says, no, it's quite alright. As, of course, like her family is right next to her. Like, there's a fence there, of course, but like they can see over the fence. As they hear him, they hear this familiar sounding voice. Deku, my friend. Can I talk to you for a second? It's about... What the hell? He says, as he sees his family. Toya, is that you? I knew it. How are you here? There's a crazy man with it's animal skull. I have a name, What's your name? Wait, sorry, he called it Deku, didn't he? Yeah, but it's mainly for like family. I think they can call me that, It's like a nickname. I think people I'm close with can call me that. Oh, sorry. Yes. So what's your real name? Oh, my name? It's Hide Sasaki. My name is Hide Sasaki. And they're like, oh god, he's the hero's son. Of course, since number 2 hero died, Hawkson became the number 2 hero, and everything just moved up. Everyone just moved up. The mother is now the 5th hero, and the dad's now the 3rd hero. And all that great stuff. Everyone just moved up. Deku explains his backstory. Yeah, and like I'm so sorry. Of course, every time he explains his backstory, he always like conveniently leaves out the bit of him like killing multiple people. He always conveniently leaves that part out. Yeah. But yeah, no. Say. So what's that skull? Like, what animal is it? And he says, "Oh yeah, it's my dad." And like, wait, what? What? And like, oh no, like not like that. Like, the pig, the male pig who raised me. it's a male pig skull. It was like my father figure for a few years. You know, it was the male pig. Yes. Yeah, and they're all relaxed. So and I said, "Oh, thank God. I thought you really killed your father." He says, "No, I will though, and my mother, both of them will die by my hands." Like, okay, because you know, like they kind of get it. And they say, "Wait, but NG's dead and we're missing. Shouldn't there be like a police searching?" And says, "Oh, don't worry. Um, in my time of living, I can copy handwriting perfectly. And I just need to find a few notes, and I've read it. I've read a few notes, seen his handwriting, and I've known it's from him too, because he's always signed it. Yeah, so he kind of put it in. He wrote a letter saying, basically saying like, hey, I'm not gonna be here anymore. I just, you know, my wife just divorced me, and honestly, I just want to live a normal life now. And like everyone else is like, yeah, okay, maybe you should, because like, if like your emotions aren't all there, aren't normal, then well, something bad could happen really fast. It's like, okay. But in reality, they could just, sit there, as well as, faked divorce papers. Because he always knows how to do that, because, never go on his bad side. In reality, he's dead. Yeah. And he tells this to them, and they're like, wow, remind me not to go on your bad side. And he's like, I will, don't worry. I'm like, okay. And then says, hey, do you guys want dinner or anything? Like, I can cook really well. Isn't that right, Zoya? Yeah, actually, he's really great at cooking. Extremely great, actually. Like, really? Okay, sure. Is anyone else there? And Digger says, yes, actually, there is. Um, there's like this old man, that sounds bad, there. He kind of thinks of me as like a son. I don't really feel the same way towards him. I don't like to think of him as my father, but that's fine. I'm like, oh, okay. There's also like two, yeah, there's also like, yeah, two other kids in there. Their names are Toga, Himiko, and Tinko Shimura. Like, Shimura, where have I heard that name before? That whatever, I'm sure it'll come to me later. And, they say, okay, okay, yeah, sure, I'll come over. Okay, great, because, I'm just gonna make something simple, very simple. Like, well, what kind of simple? Oh, just mashed potatoes and, yeah, basically, before, like the dinner I said before, mashed potatoes, steak, and eggs. Very simple, very normal. Like, oh, okay, that's very simple. Like, yeah, it is. Actually, actually, yeah, I'm actually gonna make it right now. You guys wanna come in? I have a little chat with Filza. That's his name, by the way. That person who thinks of me as a son, that's his name, Filza. Like, oh yeah, sure, I'll have a chat with him. Yeah. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, there is another person in there. He's actually my brother. My blood. Um, his name is Wilbur. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, it's about my age. Like every other kid, actually. Why did I say that? Doesn't really matter. Whatever. Come on, let's go. Yeah, that's starting to warm up to Deku. I understand. I mean, why he did it, and I mean, why they actually can't be more specific with him, and say like very specific and say, do not kill anyone. Very specific. Like they see why. Like okay. He makes dinner. Everyone loves it. Blah blah blah. Shoto then says, "Wow, Mr. Hide, you're really good at cooking." And he's like, "Thank you, thank you." Just to be polite, just to throw some nice thing there. Um, Ray meets with Filza, and they both talk, and they come to agreement. Like, yeah, I mean, I know he's kind of, he's kind of unstable in some departments, In some areas, yep, I know that. But trust me when I say he is a good person at heart. And no matter what, if he likes you enough, he will literally sacrifice himself to save you and anyone really he loves. So it's okay. It seems like he's taken a liking to you and your family, so you will be fine. You will be okay. You will be protected at all times. And she kind of says, she kind of gets relieved of this, like, oh, thank God. Finally, me and my family can be protected and we can live a normal life. And Shoto and, well, everyone, like, the family's back together. No more of that abusive. Doesn't matter. Without him, me and my family can finally be happy. The kids can actually finally be real kids for a change, and Toya's back, yes. But also it does say that, I know what you're thinking. And no, Phil, Toya is not going to come back to you. You see, he's already made a life for himself with us, and honestly, it doesn't matter what I say, because he won't go back with you. However, he will visit you time to time, because you are still his family that he loves very much. After all, he wanted you guys to be back. I mean, granted, he should have been more specific with Deku, saying do not kill, but it's fine. It's fine. I guess now that I think about it, I guess it's actually fine if he did kill him. So if not, then, things could have been way worse. Yeah. Like, yeah, they can't accept this. And Deku and Fumi start talking, and again, they're the same age, and she's like, always wanted to be a hero, Deku, a little bit ticked off by this, like, why a hero? Of course, nothing but pain. Fumi says, yes, I know, but there are actually some heroes out there, like All Might, who don't cause pain, and actually is what a hero is supposed to be. After all, he is our symbol of peace. Deku's like, really? And what rank is this hero? She says, number 1. Deku's like, okay, whatever. Because Deku, it doesn't really matter, if like you're the number 1 or if you're the last one. So if you're number 1, he thinks that all the fame and power's gone to your head, and that you're conniving and a backstabber. However, if you're like a low level one, or just if you're just here in general, he thinks that like you'll do anything for more clout and power, and that even means killing and being a crooked hero just to get a few more people to like you. Yeah. So yeah. So yeah. So the film says that he does kind of get open-minded a little bit, all that. Yeah. She says, I'm actually going to UA with my brother, Natsu, whatever. And he's like, really? Well, I guess, I suppose I could also join you if you like, I suppose I could also try my best at all the exams and all that. I suppose I could, I guess. I mean, if you really want me to, I guess I can't argue with you. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I can't really stop you, so might as well, And she's like, yeah, yeah, I mean, you could if you want to. It's like, yeah, I know. Um, but really, this is only for you, of course. I mean, I won't enjoy this or anything. Yeah. She kind of laughs out of this, like, so silly, man. And, he's like, yeah, he's happy. That's if Yumi and Deku apply for UA. They do the exams. Here's the scores. Yeah, I forgot how everything happened, so I'm just bear with me, okay? In the written exam, Deku places first by a whole lot, like better than anyone ever in history. Honestly, that's how much better he is. Everyone with a written exam. Not gonna lie, Momo gets a bit jealous by this, but yeah, it's fine, it's fine. when it comes to like the running exam and all that, Ida is first, of course. However, Deku is indeed second, very, but like very close behind, like very, like they're literally tied almost, you know. Except for um, Ida kind of uses all basically as much power as he can and has left just to get that little bit further, and he won only by an inch. I think he was a bit mad by this, but you know, it's fine, yeah, it's fine. When it comes to jumping, Deku wins. You get it, he wins. Then the robot test, right? President Mike explains it. Deku kind of gets bored, so not gonna lie. No, actually, he doesn't get bored. He does get bored, but like, he's like, he's not. It looks like he's not paying attention, but he is paying attention. It's just that he's also not paying attention at the same time, you know. What I mean by that is he's trying to find ways to entertain himself while listening. But Ida just sees it as him being disrespectful, not listening. So he calls him out on it, and Dick is like, "Oh yeah, nerd! What? Oh yeah, nerd! You're also not listening by trying to call me out, huh? Have you ever thought of that, Four Eyes? Ha!" And Bakugo is like, "Man, I kind of like this kid." And Ida then sits down, and so Deku. The lesson goes on. The robots, it's about time. He sees Fumi, and he tries to talk to her. He then gets like Ida stops him, but like he just kind of punches Ida in the gut, and goes to Fumi anyway, talks to her, and it's time to go. Ida, in incredible pain. He doesn't even participate because he was just in such bad pain. He was taken to the doctors, to Recovery Girl, and yeah, and yeah, like honestly, it's the worst pain you've ever felt. And if you're thinking I'm gonna take it off, 1A, you're right, I am. It's gonna be placed in I got 1B or something, yeah, or something. He's just 1B and 1A, okay. He'll just be placed in like 1B with Deku's brothers. Cause like Tommy and Tubbo was like, yo, hero's really fun and cool. I'm gonna be a hero too. I was like, yeah, cool. I'm gonna be one too. Basically the same reason. I see each other and I'm like, Tommy, Tubbo, Wilbur. Oh my god, man, what's up? I haven't seen you since like the last time I met up with Schlatt. And as he says that, he then hears a voice behind him. Me? Yeah, I know. Nice to meet you guys. Nice to see you guys again. But please don't drag me into the conversation again. It's bloody weird. I turn around to see Jay Schlatt. And like, oh my god, what, how are you here exactly? It's like, don't get me wrong. Okay, I am gonna be a hero, sure, but if I'm being honest, I'm not gonna try very much. I just knew, you three and also Dick was gonna be here, so I just kind of applied for that reason only. Like, wait, Dick is here? And we was like, yeah, he is. He's in. Yeah, he is. He's currently doing the robot test. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, we just finished that, and not to brag or anything, but we did fantastic. And just for the sake of plot, I'm just gonna say, like, Deku and all that, and like Deku's parents and all that actually have changed, and they're actually trying to be good parents again, and trying to make up for the mistakes they've made. Of course, no one cares. And the thing with this is, like, they think they've killed two of their children, being Deku and also Dream. They thought they killed both of them. Deku because they kind of threw him off a cliff and he was only like 4, and Dream because he supposedly committed suicide. Yeah, so that kind of motivates them every day to try to be good parents and also good heroes, but mainly good parents. Yeah, of course though, like Tommy and Tubbo's like, no, I don't care how much you say you changed. I don't believe you, and nor will I ever believe you. You're rotten, and we'll never forgive you. They're saddened by this, but they also get it. They still try and be good parents, but nothing works. Back to Deku's point of view. Right now, he's sitting at a nice, whopping, like, 3,000 points at the very moment. That's how well he did. Where everyone else is, like the top, like, the second place already is, like, 300 points. But, like, Deku's already up there with, like, 3,000. And he's like, yeah, I think that's enough points, you know? And then he hears someone behind him. He hears a scream. It's this girl. He runs to her, and she's crushed by like some stones and all that, like all that fallen rubble. And big Zero Pointer is there. So he cuts off the Zero Pointer's hand, kicks it away, runs up the like handless Zero Pointer, and cuts off his head. He then falls down back in front of the girl, which then he like kind of pushes off the rubble, and then he kind of picks her up, and he runs to recover the girl with her. That earns him at least another 100 points. Not that really matters. And yeah, he says, "What's your name?" She says, "My name is Momo Yarazu, or Yarazu, whatever. You get it. My name is Momo." He says, "Oh, cool. My name is Hide. Hide Sasori or something. Sasori or something. Yeah, Sasori. Hide Sasori." She's like, "Nice to meet you. See ya. See ya. Have fun recovering, I guess." Yeah. A few days later, Deku, Wilbur, Tommy, Schlatt, and Tubbo get an invitation saying welcome to UA, and they get pointed to the where they are, where the classes to get some to UA. Wilbur, Schlatt, Tommy, and Tubbo get into 1B, but also Fumi and Natsu also get into 1A as well, as he kind of runs over to their house and knocks on the door. There's Ensei Sarai who opened the door saying, "Can I see Fumi and Natsu?" She says, "Yeah, sure." And he told them the good news, and they told him the good news. I'm so happy they get to go into like 1A together, and that's where I'm ending it. Goodbye. Yeah, have fun, I guess. I really needed to carry on the series. Yep, see ya.